Hey, this is Ivan and another video from that channel, and I'm here today. As you can see, I'm here in the woods in a very heavy rainy day, and I will go around with my handheld camera and I will tell you when it's a good time to run towards a woman or away from woman. So there you have it, here in the woods. The woods are so nice. So I'm gonna flip the camera and I will show you a little bit of this area. So just to make it a little different, away from the city, away from civilization, just by myself today in this beautiful area here. This is out of New York City. There's no civilization, and in this very little moment, I'm just browsing around, and here it is, and I will now show you. So the topic of this video is run away from a running woman. Yeah, some women are running away from something all the time. Sometimes they are running away all the time from something, and you don't know what they are running from. As a man, sometimes you wonder, what are they running from? Now, these are women somewhere in the age group of 24 to 40. That is a huge group. 24, they kind of developed, some of them settle, some of them are already in long-term relationships, or some are with kids and family. But there's always but they never stop running away from something. And sometimes they run away from the country. They are moving to another country. Sometimes they are running to another town. Sometimes they are running to another relationship. Sometimes they are running towards something. But that is a paradox in itself, because they actually always run from something. And now, if you see that woman, if you meet this woman in your life, it is important to understand how to deal with that kind of woman, because you may come into the life of this woman, and you can have like couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years, and all of a sudden you will see it yourself that she somehow start running away from you. She start running away from you. Oh, what a beautiful area here. I will flip the camera again to show you, and I will keep talking. So she will start running away from you. But little did you know that she was running away from somebody else just prior to you. Before she was running from somebody else, some relationship, some country, some town, some university, some establishment. And this is very normal for people to run away from stuff through their life stages. But I'm talking to this about this group of women in specific age. They will not be running away from stuff when they are younger, 18 to 25. Now, the running away starts from about the age of 24, 28, 29. That is the epiphany phase of a woman, that she starts realizing life and she starts running away from other things. It's a heavy rain today. It's like a very heavy rain. I'm recording this video, and I hope you are hearing the beautiful sound of the rain here in these woods. And now I can say that why women run away, why they run away from stuff. Well, we don't know that. But they are running away from certain things. But now I have some practical tips. practical tip, it's when you meet that woman that is running away from something, you can give her comfort and you can take her, like literally, you can take her in your house, you can take her in your relationship, you can take her and give her comfort as a man. But watch out, it's a danger, it's likely danger, because it's a repetitive pattern. It's a repetitive pattern, and how you gonna spot these signs of running away women? These are women from the age of, let's say, 24 to 40. They keep on running from somebody. There is some deep so let's say disgust, or not disgust, but there is some deep disagreement within these women that are running away from stuff. They somehow never happy, they somehow always bitchy about previous stuff, and they always are propelled to run towards something in the future. But it's a big danger. Once again, I'm saying that is a very dangerous woman to deal with. So you gotta be careful with this. You gotta be careful with these creatures, you know. So yeah, that's all I think I have to say for today. Okay, let me say a few stories of mine that I hope, these are personal stories. Now, when I encountered this kind of women and behavior, first when I was very young, first I had like one very short relationship in which I had a girl student in the university, and after we was together, you know, she started coming out of her shell and start sharing some of her thoughts on that. And one thing I noticed that she was deeply unsatisfied with her prior relationship. She was mostly bitching about her ex-boyfriend and da. So I came like somewhat like a savior, but then I was like thinking to myself, wow, you know, maybe I'm the next guy. Maybe I'm the next guy she will be talking about to her new boyfriend, the boyfriend that will come after me. So the first encounter, you know, I was very, very young, and I kind of, you know, noticed something like this. And this woman was always talking. She lived in a dormitory, and she was always talking somewhat in those lines. Yeah, I kind of don't like this dormitory. I don't like the university. Fuck this town. And my town back then was a beautiful town. It was like it was an excellent place. And I was thinking, why she was not happy with the situation. You know, everything was going very well for her. She was in athletics. She was very fit. She was a sport girl, kind of. And I was wondering, wow, what is it in her that she is disagreeing? And first encounter with a woman that she was kind of predisposed to run away from something. And in my case, she was running away from her ex-boyfriend. She was running away from the university lifestyle, everything. Now another one I had, and that was like a little bit later, through my Casanova years, right? I had like a lot of relationships and a lot of these flings, and that time was a woman, and she was already married with one kid. She was married with one kid, and she had a husband, but somehow sometimes she seduced me, yeah? And again, the usual story, we go by our business, have casual sex, but at one point I noticed her deep unsatisfaction with her family situation, some kind of situations, and I felt into this position to be her emotional tampon, and I was okay with that. But what I was not okay with that was her constant bitching about her current husband. And actually, I didn't know this guy, but I looked him up somewhat, and I found that was a very cool dude. This guy was like a very self-oriented person. He was doing things. He was a family guy. But somehow this woman was deeply unsatisfied with that relationship with that man. And I was thinking to my head, what the hell this guy did wrong? Nothing wrong. He was a giving father of the kid and a giving man. Like one of these men that a lot of women would die for or will try to get this kind of guy. He was also a very good looking guy, but somehow this woman, so that was another encounter with a woman that, and in our conversation, usually after sex, it was like somewhat in those lines. Oh, I hate this situation. She was saying that she even sorry that she had a kid from this guy, and now she wants to go somewhere else, and that somewhere else is usually, if you start noticing the wording of these, into these conversations, if you are acute enough to notice these things, they would be like, oh, I want to go to a new city, I want to start all over, I want to start from fresh beginning, I'm sick of my hometown or my town, my current situation. This is how they talk, these women, and that is a sign of that you met a woman that is running away from something constantly, not just once, not just twice. Another woman I had also this time was another lover I had. I was young, I was stupid and naive, but this time really hit me because I already knew 2 or 3 already, so now I immediately spotted. That was another love affair I had, and as soon as this woman started complaining about her prior situations and her prior failures and her prior dissatisfactions with life, I knew what she would say, and this is what she would say. I really want to run away from here and go somewhere else. And and at that situation, I gathered some balls and I was ready to confront the issue. And I just simply asked her, so yeah, you are not happy with your situation now. It's again the same situation, the university, the town, the discipline she was studying, and I said, so okay, do you have a plan? What are you gonna do? Where do you want to go? And here is the answer. No, I don't have a plan. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I just hate it here. I don't like it here. And that is my friend. That is my friend. Another talk for me here to give you from the woods, that women, they usually don't have a plan for the future. They don't have a plan. They are not very kind of rationally thinking through the situations, but they just have this urge to run away from something. They are this type of women, usually 24 years to 40 years, maybe to 50 years. Some women never are happy with where they are. And now there was this saying, like this little bridge here. I would say the saying is somewhat like for people that are running from environments. This is a nice environment, as you can see. But there are certain people, not just women, they are constantly trying to run away from certain situations, relationships, environments, and they are never happy with the present moment. I hope you can catch the present moment here, right? Let me give you a little bit of sound. Yeah? Let me give you a little bit of sound here. Yeah, but that slogan was somewhat like you bring yourself anywhere you go, or something like this. Anywhere you go, you are where you are, or something like this. I don't remember the sentence, but in reality, there are some people here, yes, bicyclists, yes, they're bike people in the rain, in this heavy rain. So anyway, the concept is here, there are certain people and some women that they don't have plan for the future, they don't plan too much, but somehow they are running away from the current situation. And now when I see women like this, I'm extremely cautious. I'm extremely cautious. Why? Because I know that I can very easily fall in this situation, that I can be easily replaced by just their internal urge to run away from the situation, not from me in particular, but from the current situation, from the so-called current circumstances. And they have no plan, these women, or some women, they don't have plan where they're gonna run away, where they're gonna go, what they're gonna run towards, but they just want to run away from the situation. Now, practical advice. Now, if you walk on the streets of a busy town, next time you walk around, I would like to give you a practical exercise. And also these women that are running away from something in their life, they usually also run on the streets. And sometimes you can spot their behavior. Sometimes they are drunk, they are lonely and drunk. Sometimes they smoke cigarettes on the corners of busy streets sometimes, and they are always alone. When they are alone, you can spot that kind of, other bikers here. You can spot their behavior. Something is off. They are agitated, they are not very talkative, they are very closed into themselves, they are very aggressive in a way. When they start moving, they move slightly faster, because somehow their mind is somewhere in the future, not in the present moment. Somehow they keep dreaming of that fantasy land, or another state, or another country, or another situation, or another boyfriend, or another man, another captain, save her now, so they keep dreaming about this without the plan. And you can engage them on the streets, you can talk to them. And I can tell you that these women that are running away from the circumstances, from their life, they are the easiest prey for men. Sometimes they fall in the hands of the so-called bad boys, the bad boys, the macho guys, the alpha male. Alpha males usually attract this kind of women because the woman see the guy as a bait, as a place where she can have peace. So here is my talk, 20 minutes. If you like this kind of talk, this is interesting today, different talk at different location in nature, and it's heavy rain. So subscribe to the channel and comment as well.